figure in a boiler room outfit and a clown mask lurks outside in an alley. After climbing into a window, he grabs a knife from the kitchen. He stares at a man snoring in a lounge chair for a long, uncomfortable moment, and then proceeds, quite a few times actually. The clown heads to another home and, carefully using the sounds of the approaching thunderstorm, breaks into the house and avoids waking the dog. He notices someone at home in the shower. After shuffling to the garage and grabbing a jerry can of gasoline and matches, he heads to the water heater and dumps the gasoline inside. Staring at the man in the shower, the clown then tosses a few lit matches inside, stares as the gasoline-tainted water ignites. In the same evening, the clown proceeds to electrocute someone in their bathtub. That's, shocking to say the least. Hey, it was a good one. The police inevitably discover these murders, and Detective Brian Powski is dispatched to the scenes. Brian begins looking at the point of entry, the missing knife, and the body itself. The clown left behind, "I am wrath," written in blood. The number of wounds indicates it was more angry and personal. The victim is revealed to be Gordon Baker, who happens to have quite a gross criminal record. Brian heads to another home to discover Hank Wallace. Brian notices that Hank shares something in common with Gordon Baker. They both have criminal records. He also finds a message left behind in a torn piece of navy blue cloth with a texture similar to a boiler room suit. The clown also left behind another message: "I am retribution." The detective ponders for a bit. The clown appears to enjoy killing, likes to be creative, and could be a vigilante based on the messages and the criminal histories. Later that night, the clown, dubbed the Pale Grin by the police, goes on to take more victims. He kills the groundskeeper at a park using a bear trap and a lawnmower, and kills someone at their home by luring them outside, and despite them being armed, kills them with a chainsaw. Keep in mind that I made this video before I've played the second game, which has already been released, so if something in that game reveals a secret about this game, I'll cover it in that video, so be sure you get subscribed so you don't miss out on that. The next night, the clown continues on a rather lengthy spree. He manages to sneak into a factory and kill a security guard with a nail gun. Then he sneaks into a school at Happy Hills, and with great effort, manages to sneak past the football team. He then sets up his elaborate plan and kills them all using a variety of methods. Using his outfit, he's able to walk right into a haunted house event and kill 2 women with an industrial fan. He continues on to kill the local newspaper editor, a fisherman, a woman asleep at a hotel, and a late-night cook at a restaurant. The next day, the clown gets an early start and arrives at a local hay farm. The clown notices he's armed with a rifle, so chooses a less direct method. He carefully goes around and disables all of the rodent traps, then, using the hay bale machine as bait, starts it up and waits in hiding with a pitchfork. When the farmer arrives to investigate the noise, the clown emerges from behind him, shoves the pitchfork through him, and then throws him into the hay bale machine. Later on, the clown rides the bus and follows a young woman on her departure. Ironically, the detective is also on the bus, snoozing away. Talk about a missed opportunity. The clown stalks the woman down the street, staying out of the light to avoid being seen. He grabs a nearby pipe off the ground, the noise alerting the woman to his presence. The clown approaches her slowly, his eyes nothing but black voids. "Freeze!" Suddenly the detective approaches from behind, gun drawn. "Got you now, you bastard."
"Stay out of my way, detective.
"You're under arrest."
I will only tell you once. I am deaf."
The lights flicker and the clown is nowhere to be seen. "Oh, damn him," the detective says. Later, the detective arrives that evening after the police to discover the body at the farm. The clown left behind a longer message this time. Upon investigating everything and IDing the victim, Brian notices something new. This person, Bill McSawyer, has no criminal record of any kind. He's a clean slate. Brian scratches his head. This changes everything. What connects these victims if they're not all criminals? The detective assigns police to monitor outside of Madison Carpenter's house, the woman the clown was stalking earlier. In the meantime, the clown continues his spree. He heads to a hospital and, donning a surgical hat and cover, sneaks past the medical team. He manages to unplug a young woman's life support As the doctor rushes in to investigate, the clown kills him with a defibrillator. The clown then heads to a bar, where the bartender is actually ready for him. He has a gang of bikers ready to protect him and kill the clown. Using a variety of weapons, a melee ensues. The bikers try to surround and overpower him. Unfortunately for them, the clown has almost supernatural reflexes and takes them all out. The leader runs. Grabbing a crossbow from one of the bodies, the clown heads in and fires every bolt into the leader. Some hours later, the clown arrives at Madison's house and notices the police protection. He watches for a moment, pondering a plan. He grabs a dog chain from a nearby doghouse and sneaks into the back of a police car. "Oh, got the donuts, Dave?" the cop says from the driver's seat. Without responding, the clown throws the chain around his throat and pulls him to the back of his seat and holds him until he inevitably suffocates. The clown moves up and heads inside. He slowly approaches the bed and spots a bat by the nightstand. As he approaches slowly, Madison bursts from the closet, large knife in her hand. She swings at the clown repeatedly, but his reflexes are too much and he dodges everything. In a panic of anxiety, she shoves past him and runs in a scream. The clown grabs the bat and chases her down the hall. As she gets to the staircase, he rears back and throws the bat, striking her in the head, and she rolls down the stairs, bones breaking, and lands in an unrecognizable mess. The clown stares at her for a moment.
I am sorry, Madison. You were the only kind one. Why did you have to run?
Brian arrives eventually to check in, only to find Madison's house a crime scene. With sadness, he goes inside and notices the clown left behind an apology. Brian wonders if this was an accident. As Brian explores the crime scene, he finds a photo in Madison's bedroom. It's a class group photo of Westpine High. Then, like a spark of a match, Brian realizes that most of the victims are in the photo. Westpine High had burned down a year ago. Brian begins theorizing immediately. All of the victims were either students or employed of Westpine High. Everyone survived the fire except for the janitor, John Wade. His body was never found. Is this him? Is he the killer? He did seem to have remorse for Madison. Why did he hate all the others? Brian decides to go check out the school. He's able to guess who might be future victims and assigns detail on them for safety. That night, a janitor in a mall cleans up after closing. As he wanders off, the clown emerges from the shadows and follows him through a store. As the clown approaches him in the break room, a flashbang flies into the room as SWAT swarms the area, revealing the janitor to be a mannequin dummy. The clown is nowhere to be seen as the flash goes away. Using near superhuman reflexes and skills, slowly stalks the SWAT members through the mall, killing them one by one. He eventually grabs one as a hostage body shield and, using his own gun, fires his way through any remaining SWAT members before exiting to the garage. The police ensure the janitor is safe outside while they'll capture the clown inside and tells him to relax. Okay, never mind then. A little over a year ago, on June 30th, 1982, a janitor leaves a present on a desk in a school classroom. As the janitor exits the classroom and walks down the hall, all of the workers and students berate him and sneer mean comments. As he walks down the hall, we see Madison, and she refers to him as Mr. Wade, the missing janitor. In this memory, we can also see that everyone here has been eventually killed by the clown, John Wade. As John goes into the janitor's closet, it appears that he's been living here. There's even a bed set up. He has a picture of Madison on the wall. He looks at the picture and mumbles to himself that Madison is his best and only friend. Now, this is a grown adult man who thinks a teenage girl is his best friend. That kind of gives me the ick. Leave a like if that gives you the ick. As John's mind wanders off, smoke starts to slip into his closet. The fire alarm blares in his ears. 2 football students were trying to be funny and accidentally started a fire that rapidly expanded. John screams for help, banging on the door, but no one comes to save him. Back in the present time, Brian arrives to the old school and shoots the lock off. As he goes into the dark school, armed with a flashlight and pistol, he avoids traps placed for him. He wanders deeper in, the school creepy and dark, Other than John, no one has likely been in here in over a year. Brian finds the closet where John apparently still lives. Carefully going through his belongings, Brian finds that he actually recorded all of his murders for safekeeping. John tries to sneak up on Brian in the dark, but Brian is a hardened detective. As John sneaks up on Brian, John moves around in the dark in various attempts but is unsuccessful. As John gets close to Brian, he turns and fires a shot directly into his abdomen. John collapses to his knees and then succumbs down to his wound. Brian heads outside and has agents canvass the area to finalize the investigation. The agent approaches Brian. "The body, it's gone." Brian's stomach drops. Where did he go?